Yeah, I was
Hey,
thinking of the fucking what's the name? Uh, what's the name, dude?
that
Bill
one guy,
O'Reilly, man. Bill
Bill
O'Reilly,
O'Reilly.
remember? We'll do it
Yep.
live, damn it.
Yep. Yep.
We'll do it live, damn it. Go on, please. Let's end this on a high note, Ben. What were you
Ended
saying?
on a high
Final
note.
words. Yeah, until you know,
Well,
until you come
my
back from the
final
piss breaks. We're
words.
gonna do the piss breaks. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have much to say than what I was going on, other than that.
Please go finish where you're
It
going
just,
on about.
it really just fucks with my mind that there's a 16-year-old girl out there, and I'm like, damn, I've never seen someone look like this. And there's only 3 years, but I
God
feel
damn
like
it,
there's a
for the
moral
record.
thing in my head where I just cannot
This is coming
cross the
back,
line.
right?
I feel if I cross the line, it's gonna go downhill from there.
I
But
mean,
then
but here's the thing, though,
I go
right?
on this girl's
Yeah.
Instagram, and then she's posting half-naked
Really?
photos, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Really?
Yes,
You go on the
fucking playing
Instagram
with
with
my
this butt,
psyche,
huh? You know what? Like I said,
making me
I
go
don't know.
crazy.
But you know what? Is like I said, you said you're 19. So here's the thing, pal. Guess what? It sounds okay for you. I just to iterate, Ben is 19. So, but if you were like 33, 36, and you're like, oh, I
I know
love this
that.
fucking. That's like, trust me, dude. Like I said, you liking Margot Robbie, you liking that chick, and I'm not the Wonder Woman broad, whatever. That's okay, pal. Like, don't get it twisted. There's
Well, yeah,
nothing wrong
that's
with you.
fine.
You're
I mean,
fucking 19,
obviously,
dude. With all due
yeah.
respect, and I know you hate
But
to hear
yeah,
this. I know you hate to hear this. You were 3 years away from being 16. I know you hate to hear
I
like, oh,
know. Yeah,
shut up,
that's what
dude.
I'm saying. That's what the whole thing in my mind. It's
Yeah,
only 3 years. Who gives a fuck?
yeah,
But then I
exactly,
think in
dude,
my head,
exactly.
and I think 3 years ago, I know how immature I was 3 years ago to know
Oh,
that
please, we
even
all
though
were.
it's just 3 years, at that
Right.
age, it's
Yeah,
just so different as if I was like 26 and this person's
yeah. 3 years
23.
ago,
It's
I
just
was
it's
25,
to
so I
totally,
was
yeah,
very mature. Sure.
yeah, it feels like a different ballpark. As if, again, like if I'm 25 and she's 22, then there's nothing wrong with that in my mind. But just thinking that with like this girl's birthday, like 5 months ago, this girl would have been 15. It just feels weird
Holy
to me.
shit. Jesus, can you just
Yeah.
stop? I'm not gonna front. Stop with the fucking ages. Just
Listen,
15,
I
16. I
know,
swear to God,
but
I'm
it's
older
just
than you, bro. Like, all right, I can't. Like, I get it. Like, I swear you're 19, and I'm sorry. Like, we're ending this on that note. But it's just like,
I know it's not. I'm not even saying I'm old.
Howard. I'm not gonna front.
It's
Howard
just it
Stern got.
feels
I'm not gonna
weird.
front. Howard Stern said it best. I'm gonna end it with this. Howard Stern did it best. One time he was getting old. I'm not gonna front. And there was this these girls were going topless and shit. And this girl was like 18. She just turned 18 like a week ago. And they were like being topless. I'm not gonna front. Howard like refused for her to take her top off. He like, put your
I
shirt back
remember,
on. The
yeah.
goddamn.
I
You remember
do
that? You
remember
see?
that one. Yep,
That's what I'm
I
trying to
do.
say. Like, yeah, yeah. And then I remember me and my friends were laughing. They're like, oh my god, Howard is so old now. Look at him. He would never care back then. But I'm not gonna front. I was watching that quietly and go, he's got morale. Like
Yeah.
I dig Howard even more for doing that. Like, you know what I mean? You're right. Like, I'm not gonna front. When you're a certain age and you get older, you have a responsibility. You can either be an old perv and be a dick and disgusting and whack, or you can be an older dude who has responsibility, but still chicks where they still want to take the tops off for you.
Yeah.
Bottom line. That being said,
I don't know.
let's
I
take a
got a
piss
thing in my
break,
head
man.
where
Go on, Ben. Go on.
with one more thing, I just still
Sure.
feel even though I'm not old, so it's totally different, but I still feel
I'm
in
not
my
old
mind
either, but
now
whatever.
a moral thing in my head where it has to be 18 or older.
I did it for you. For me, that's for you. Guess what? For me, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
front. I'm like 21 and over, bro. I'm on that shit. I
21.
swear to
Yeah.
God, I can't beg a night. Like I told you, but I got a problem right now with this girl. This girl
Yeah.
right now, she's
I do
fucking
remember
beautiful.
that.
She's gorgeous, and she likes me. But the problem is that she's fucking 19 years old. And then people go, oh, what does that fucking mean? I was like, nah, you don't get it though, bud. And it's not because I'm way more sophisticated than she is. No, she's sophisticated. She's smarter. She's got her own thing in. She's like fucking studying to be a lawyer right now. But it's like, like I said, it's weird, but I just can't deal with that because I don't know. It's just like I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? Like I just can't deal with that. You're just way too responsible for me. And I'm not a responsible guy. I like to fucking have
Yeah.
fun, drink beers with my friend, fucking take piss breaks after a long fucking nice conversation and shit. Drink Bacardi and rum. Drink Red Bull and fucking rum. I like to smoke
Yeah.
cigarettes. I'm Lobo, pal. I like to talk about
The
shit that
Lobos.
has no need to
I,
talk about.
before this piss break, I do have to ask one question. I've been meaning to ask this
Yes,
for
sir.
months and months and months
Sure.
and months and months. I gotta ask, the origin of Maximus Lobos. When you pick that name, I have to ask, Was that from the comics or was that from something else?
Um, Lobo's all right.
Because there was Lobos from DC Comics. So that's why.
Sure. Well, I never got that from
When
that. I never got that. Lobo, it's
no,
like this, right? Lobo is my last name. That's the truth.
yeah.
And
Oh shit.
like so everybody always call you Lobos. Like everything with your name was like, hey, fucking if your last name was Richard, hey Richards. Or your last name was, hey, Brukowski.
Speaking
Hey,
of Dick,
Brukowskis.
he added me on Facebook. Richard.
Richard, did he? Oh,
Yeah,
that's all
he
right.
added me on Facebook.
All right, I tell you, the guy's a funny guy. But I mean, that came from that. Maximus came because my favorite movie is Gladiator.
Yeah.
So Maximus came from that. My real name is Marvin.
Marvin Lobos.
Yeah. Yeah. To be honest, again, exactly. People are laughing right now, like, oh yeah, this guy's talking shit. No wonder he's all pissed off and been out of shape. His name was Marvin. Exactly. Well, that's my name. That's my full name. My name is Marvin Lobos. Lobo.
Marvin
Not with the
Lobo.
S. But they call me Lobos because me and my brothers. It was the brothers. We were the Lobos, man.
Yeah, the
You
Lobos.
gotta understand, pal. Man. Yeah. The Lobos, bro. That's why I was Lobos part
That's
2.
Badass. Because
thanks, pal.
I mean, I don't know much about Lobo, the character from DC. I'm not sure if you do.
Don't get it twisted. That has nothing to do with that. And not only
no,
that,
I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't.
Friend of mine.
But I gotta say that it's gotta be badass because anytime you want, you can say my last name, the origin of my last name was from DC Comics, Lobo.
Yeah, I hate
and then when you look up Lobo,
what's so funny?
But even if you look him up, it's a badass character. It is.
I'm not gonna front. I like that. It's true. Yeah. Lobo's right. And I swear to God, there's people like, oh, because here's the thing. Apparently, AJ Bond is a friend of mine. There's a character from CCW wrestling. Like I said, by the way, we're all kind of wrestling fans here. We're kind of wrestling. They're a wrestling guy. That's on the low, right? But like there's a guy from CCW. His name is Lobo. I didn't know that. And AJ Bono used to always accuse me like, oh, you got that name from him. You got that name. And by the way, the Lobo guy from CCW was a New York wrestler. I had never heard of the guy until he brought the attention. And not only that, how about this? There's a TV show out right now called, I forgot what it's fucking called. I said one of these fucking listeners will call in, whatever. They might know the show. I think it's called Power, right? It's called Power. Or something like that. But yeah. But there's a guy in there who's a big study, who's a friend of mine. He's from England. He loves that fucking show. He stands by it. But he said there's a guy in that show called Lobo. And I was like, oh, that's what I need. Yeah, exactly. No, not the Lobo. No. His name is just Lobo.
Just Lobo,
right? But I was like, yeah, but that's what I need. I'm like, now every time they hear me, they're like, oh, you got your name from that guy, and you got your name from this. Like, no, I didn't, dude. That's why they fucking like. Here's the thing: when you're in the streets, I'm from New York. You don't give yourself a nickname. You earn a nickname. Yeah, it's given to you. So when people go, hey, it's a Lobos, Lays, that Lobos guy, Lobos. That's who I was when I was a kid. That's who I was in prison. Unfortunately, like I said, it's a bigger story. When I was in jail, they're like, hey, what's your name? Lobo. You had to have a nickname in prison. You had to have a fucking nickname. You couldn't be like, hey, I'm Michael Johnson. Like what?
Michael
hey,
Johnson.
You want to get raped? Yeah, you're Michael. You want to get raped in the A? Like no. Hey, my name is Deadbeat. Like oh, all right, that's better. You know what I mean? But it's like you gotta. I don't know. But Lobos is what it was, and Maximus is because of my favorite thing. My real name is Marvin. And you know what?
If I ever go to prison, I'm gonna. You know what my name is gonna be in prison? My name is gonna be Michael Jackson.
Why Michael Jackson? Why Michael Jackson?
I don't know.
I'm setting you up for the game.
I was kind of setting myself up there for you to bury me.
Okay, well, I'll tell you why your name is Michael Jackson. You don't want to be Michael Jackson in prison, right? Like, oh, you're like, what's your name? Michael Jackson. Really? What are you, banged a lot of kids in the A? Huh? I'll tell you right now. Well, do me a favor, huh? I want to talk to you in the showers right quick. And bring 2 bars of soap.
Oh.
You're not going to fucking hold them on too long. One of them's got to drop. One of those things got to drop by the end of the fucking night. Like, holy shit. First of all, I'm not going to agree to this. I'm not going to beat you in the shower, sir. No, I take my showers at 6 o'clock in the mornings, and that's it. That's as far as it goes, sir. You can see my naked ass. You got to be smart when you're in prison, too. Like, hey. There was always this one guy. You're like, hey, Tommy, You never take showers, but I did. I always saw Tommy take showers. Tommy would wake up at 4:30 in the morning, take a shower by himself when nobody was in the shower, and come out, and that's it. He would. That's
Smart.
how he started his day,
Smart
right?
guy.
Exactly. But here's the thing. But
Yeah.
then the people started ripping Tommy because nobody was
Right.
awake for that. I was, because one thing, I've never slept in jail. I always slept with one eye open. You have to when you're in jail,
Yeah.
right? If you're a smart guy, unless you're one of these niggers. I mean, oh, excuse me, one of these guys. They're like, oh, exactly. Like, this is my playing field. Like, I know everybody here, so why would they mess with me? I get that. But if you're not, right? You're like, you gotta sleep with one eye open. But this guy would take his showers at 4:30 in the morning. I didn't do that. I'm not gonna try. Listen, unfortunately, he had to take a shower with the boys because he had to be one of the boys. But the problem with that was that, although it was a smart thing, he alienated himself with the boys. They were like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what's this guy? He don't take showers. This guy's a filthy animal. Like, why didn't I? Kind of, he always takes." But I got it. Personally got it because I was saying like him. You know what I mean? Just whatever. But sometimes you gotta play the fucking rules. You had to be an animal, man, to be in there. I never
Yeah.
got fucking right. That's a fact, bro. And that was I told you, the only reason I fucking survived is because I had a good job in prison. I worked the kitchen. So I
Yeah.
hooked people up. That's the bottom line. That's the truth. I just told this many a times. I hooked people up, man. I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, bro, you want some bacon and eggs? Yeah, I got you, bro. You're the biggest guy in prison. Hey, thanks, Lobo.
Yeah.
Hey, Lobo, you're the man. Like, no, thank you, brother. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Remember that time when I was in the shower and I didn't get raped in the A? That was because of you, man. Like, here's bacon and cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese is on me, bruh. Like, dude, and to be completely honest, if you weren't that fucking guy, God fucking knows where Lobo will be at right now. But I swear to God, the whole thing, they
Yeah.
didn't know that I had to do a short term, a short term. These guys were doing long
Yeah.
terms, but I never fucking said that. One thing about Lobo is that they thought I was a cool guy, but they thought I was doing like 5 to 10. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is
Yeah.
completely honest, dude. But they didn't know I was just doing like a 2 year stint. You know what I'm saying, bro? So I was like, yeah.
Because
And
if
then when
they
I
knew that, they
left,
probably would have gave you a harder time, right?
oh, dude, you should have seen the day I
Yeah.
left. Because one thing in prison, you never tell a guy when you leave. You don't have that. You don't tell
Yeah.
them when you're released. People leave, and when you release, that's the day you got beef. Like, oh, they're like, oh, pack your shit up, right? When they tell you to pack your shit up, that means you got 2 hours still. That means they let the inmates know that you're being packed up, and you got 2 hours.
Yeah.
That means they're gonna fuck with you. Anything can happen. That's another thing. That's like their own game. So when they told me that, I'm not gonna front. There was a lot of guys that were pissed off. They're like, Lobos, you
Yeah.
fucking liar. What? Like, yo, you leaving? I was like,
Shit, man.
yeah. Here's the thing. By the way, I had this date in my head for 2 fucking years. Like, I was waiting
Yeah.
for the day, like a birthday, bro. So mind you, so I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving. They're like, oh, what do you mean? Like,
Oh.
so, Dave, it wasn't easy getting the fuck out of that jungle. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now,
Now, I have a question. When
sure.
I followed boxing hardcore, there's just one guy I would follow who would do YouTube videos. Now,
Yeah, I'm a big
he
boxing
was
fan.
not to put a stereotype out there, but he was a black guy, so, you know, he had been to
Okay.
prison beforehand. So there was a time
Sure he
where
has.
he was dating this one girl.
No pun
Now,
intended, right?
he breaks up with this girl, and she goes crazy. She goes nuts. So I forget what she accused him of, but she accused him. I don't know if it was like beating her or something, but there was something
Right.
that he did. So then the cops, break his door down, arrest him, and he ends up getting out a few days later because of his YouTube channel. He had proof that he didn't do what this lady said it was, because at the time she said
Nice.
he was
See?
live.
Social media
But
gets your fucking nut pinch. Go
yeah,
on.
but the kicker is of what this guy was saying, that he was only there for like a few days, but he was in the cell with this dude, and they gave him some cookies. And then he was saying that this guy he was sharing a cell with was trying to take the cookies, and he was saying, if I was there any longer, I would have had to whoop that guy's ass, because I'm in prison.
Shit.
I would have had to let him know
Right.
that I'm the
Yeah.
man. Now I gotta ask you, have you
Totally,
seen
yeah.
any experience like that? Is that a thing in there? If some guy tries to take your
Yeah,
cookies, is that your
dude,
obligation to
I'm
whip
not
his
gonna lie to
ass?
you. It's absolutely, it's very unfortunate, to be honest. I know people say, "Oh, that's stereotype. That's not true." No, it is way true. The littlest
Yeah.
things, dude. The littlest fucking things. Like, for an example, right? Like, I would like it was crazy. Like, I would structure guys. Like, I worked the kitchen, so I would get like quadruple the food, and I would not only that, like they would serve hot dogs that day. I got like a piece of, like, like a veal or something, like something
Yeah.
better, a chicken, because I worked the kitchen.
Yeah.
So then I would
Right.
always hook up guys like, all right, this guy, like these certain guys, I'll hook up breakfast. I'll hook them up. I'll hook lunch guys up and dinner guys up. Like, don't get to it. These are a lot. Now, you gotta hook up the Spanish guys, the black guys, and the whites. I
Yeah.
swear to God, you had to hook all of them up. And I was like so smart. I always been business minded. Where I did that. Where all the guys like, hey, Lobos, I'm not gonna front. Like a white guy said this. Like, yo, you hook the white guys, the black guys, and the Spanish. Like, this guy's the smartest guy in prison. Like these guys, they would
Yeah.
laugh about it. And they didn't have beef. Like one thing, none of these guys had beef with Lobos. Like I just you did it through a strategy. But I seen the guys that I didn't hook up, like the regular
Yeah.
guys, and they would get so pissed off and they argue about an apple. Like, hey, how come
Oh
I didn't get an
man.
apple? I'm telling you, dude. And let me tell you something. That's beef, bro. Listen, yes, I had people that had my back, but there was guys like who came up to me like, listen, I don't care. You got all these guys got your back. That's still not gonna stop me from getting you. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I
Mm.
remember that you didn't give me an apple on purpose. Like, I'm telling you, it's
Yeah.
that kind of shit. It's very, very petty, dude. To
Yeah.
me,
All the
it
petty
reminds
shit
me
is what
of
they. That's all they got.
prison reminds me of the early days, like the barbarian days, when we were
Yeah.
ancient people. When we were like, hey, dude, you think it wasn't like that when we were barbarians? I mean, come on, when I say we were fucking resurrected, pal. Come on, we all know how it goes. We were all different people. This is a movie with Tom Hanks did it one day. I don't know, it's a shit movie, and Halle Berry was in it. But somehow I believe in it. You know what I mean? Like I believe in it. But it's just, it's fucking bad. Like, I mean, prison is the worst fucking thing. Now, here's the thing. I'm not scared of it. If I had to go back to it, I'll tell you this. The only way I go back to prison now, I'm not going to break any crimes. I'm not going to do anything stupid. Possibly a DWI, maybe. But I'm not dumb enough to ever did that. I never got caught for that. But
Yeah.
if I go to prison, it's because I have kids and some pedophile touched my kid. And if some pedophile
Yeah.
touches my kid, I'm gonna murder that guy.
Then yeah,
But if that's the
they're
case,
getting
but that's
fucked
the,
up.
but one thing though, if that's the case in prison, there's a code of honor where
Yeah,
if there is
I've
a
heard
guy,
stories about
if
that.
there is a guy, right quick though, who's like, hey, what are you in here for? Yeah, I killed this prick. I choked the shit out of him with my bare hands because he the guy fucking my daughter's like 8 years old and he grabbed her boobs. I'm not gonna front. I choked the guy to death. You know what everybody in prison will
Yeah.
do?
Clap their hands. Yeah.
Finally, real criminal. Here you go, sir. Here's that extra put. Here's your extra pudding. Here you go, pal.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to make a front though. They look at your numbers. You come in there with a number in your shirt, and these guys like, "Hey, what's up, pal? How you doing?" Right? But the whole time they're memorizing your number, and they go to something called the law library. All they got to do is put up your numbers you have in your shirt and see what your charge
Then it
is.
shows what you're
God,
in for. Yeah.
God forbid you're in
If
there
you're a
for the wrong
pedophile,
shit.
yeah.
Because I'm not gonna
Right. I
front.
can
If you're there for
imagine what
robbery,
happens.
if you're there for robbery or burglary or some shit like that, or like whatever, they'll roast you. Like, hey,
Yeah.
hey, that Lobo guy. Hey, guess what? Guess what? That Lobo guy. You don't know. You're just chilling eating burger. The Lobo guy's getting for some fucking burglary. That guy's a real jerk off. Ha ha ha. And they're laughing. That's it. But that's
Yeah.
as far as it go. But if it's that fucking other shit, dude, if you're in some for foul shit, for something foul, they won't even talk about you. They'll just get you in the shower, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, is that guy right there? 801-3016? Yeah, what about him? We're getting them tonight. And that's all. They don't have to ask, but why? No, no. We're getting them tonight. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did some foul shit. Did some foul shit. But the other guy, like, oh, that burglary guy or the guy who did some stupid shit, that's one thing. You'll be in there, but they're constantly ripping you every fucking day. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this guy's a moron. Hey, look at that moron. And speaking of piss breaks, I think we should go cut.
I
Think we're
agree.
done for the night. I think we're done.
I have to agree there.
All right, pal.
It was a good time. That was good. What, hour and a
Thank you.
half?
Oh yeah,
It's
this is when
fun,
you were
yeah.
around, pal. It was fun. Actually, and more importantly, see, you said the white word. And Ben, are you gonna be around later or what?
Uh, I don't know,
If
man.
not, if not,
Yeah.
am I looking forward to seeing you tomorrow?
Tomorrow. You should be able to. I'll be on.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
Like, are you not
I'll
gonna
be on
I'm talking
tomorrow.
about basketball and stuff, NBA and shit.
I should be good for that. Yeah.
What's going
I
on?
like
Like,
the
we
thing.
got plans?
The
What's
one
going
thing
on?
is, I don't want to say that yes, and then I'm not there. 'Cause
Really?
it happens
What
so
are you
many
fucking?
times. So
What are you famous? What's going on here?
I am not. You know what? Before I know this is like 5 times I've said before I leave you, let me leave you with this.
Yeah,
I
I
do
gotta
gotta
take
say.
a major piss break. Major piss
I know.
break.
I'm gonna make. You're gonna have the longest piss ever because I'm gonna say one more thing.
Telling you,
Now, you know,
Leslie Nielsen, Naked
I
Gun,
gotta.
piss
I
break.
have. One of the reasons why I have to be successful in radio when I go that
Listen here,
route. You know
listen here.
why? Because I gotta. Even if I'm not, Howard Stern, I gotta be one of those guys. Because I've heard stories about, of people banging celebrities, and I've heard that, celebrities are very open with their body. Like, obviously the ladies. I mean, I don't know about the guys because I ain't a fairy and I ain't a broad. So what I've heard about the broads is that they're very
Right.
open with their body and very submissive more than most people. So I've heard that having sex with the celebrity is one of the best. So I gotta say, I gotta become, the guy so I can experience that.
Nah, but you are the
I'm
guy
gonna leave
already,
you with
though,
that.
pal. Trust me, I
Well,
respect you all there. I vote for you. Like I said, you know what it is? It's what's Ben Marvin 2018. That's the fucking sign. Hold on, real
2018.
quick.
Yeah,
But what I gotta say though, hold on, is that
I'm holding on. I'm holding
yeah,
on
I'm
right
sorry,
now.
exactly, yeah, sorry about that. Believe it or not,
That's all right.
but it's like dude, it's like the 2018. See what he say, man? I'm telling you, like it's
We're
all
gonna
road,
sign a
man.
contract, a big one.
Sure, sure we will.
Gonna sign it with Sirius XM radio.
I mean, I don't know if that's gonna be the big
Are we going
contract. Here's the thing, though.
Spotify?
I mean, things change. Like I said, whoever's offering the big money, it's like that. I'm not a Spotify fan, Google fan, but if for example, like there's like Yahoo's trying to re-identify themselves, and Yahoo's like is giving up the bigger contract, and fuck it, why not? We'll be Yahoo
Yeah,
guys.
go
We're
where
gonna
the
put
money
Yahoo on the
is.
fucking map again.
Yeah.
That being said, dude, no, but you know what though? Piss Break Central, but the Stern and shit, like I said though, all day, man.
Yeah. I do have to go take a piss. So this is a good time.
All right, man. Me too, man. Like I said,
And
jump back in, but then I'll be back. I'm here
all
though.
right.
I'll be back.
All right.